The psychology of schools. Mechanical man will not begin his work and will not consider it necessary unless he becomes convinced that he does not possess self-consciousness. In order to acquire anything of value, he cannot rely on his will. The manifold of contradictory I's governs his minute-to-minute actions is not the kind of will that can accomplish anything outside the boundaries of his state of sleep. Real will is consistent over time, and is a function of a so-called permanent I and I that is able to separate the mechanical I's from the work I's, and organize them in a group of I's that has some power and directed attention. That's the beginning. Man has to understand two things. First, he is asleep. Second, he needs a method to wake up from sleep. It is vital to understand that no one can escape from sleep on his own. This brings us to the question of schools. Because methods for the development of self-consciousness, unity, permanent I and will can be given only by special schools that must be clearly understood. Men on the level of relative consciousness cannot find these methods by themselves.
Schools exist only for those who need them, and who know that they need them. This means that having got rid of the first illusion, that one already has everything one can have, one must get rid of the second illusion, that one can get anything by oneself, because by oneself one can get nothing.
These videos are not a school. They may only serve you to go out and find a school. A school in the tradition of the Fourth Way is a living tradition. One needs a system and a teacher. A system will tell you what to do and what to look for. It will serve as a roadmap. Without it, you will get lost. The system isn't a product from ordinary knowledge. Its source is extraordinary knowledge, which can't come from any ordinary human being. Ordinary human beings can only produce ordinary thinking, and ordinary thinking can only lead to ordinary results. The system of the Fourth Way is an ancient body of extraordinary knowledge that will give you exact instructions how to acquire another state of consciousness that will unlock new possibilities and your unknown potential. But a system is not enough. You need someone who understands the system in the right way. Without it, you will misinterpret the system and understand it in ordinary terms. A teacher is someone who has made considerable efforts in self-remembering and can explain the system from his own experience. In addition to that, one needs other people with the same aim and the profound desire to escape from their state of waking sleep. People that can function as mirrors and examples from which one can observe himself. It is very hard to observe yourself from an objective point of view. All these factors combined form a school and may give you a result over time. A school will prevent you from a one-sided development, which in the end is no development at all.
Man in sleep is like man being in prison. In order for man to escape from prison, he first has to acknowledge he is in prison. Then he needs to build the desire to escape and find other people in prison in the same desire to escape. They have to take turns to dig a tunnel, be on the lookout, and prevent one another from falling back to sleep. But before they can start digging, they need a map, a system. Then they need help from someone who understands the map and has escaped from the prison before.
A book or a video cannot substitute for a school. The only thing this can do for you is to make you go look for a school, make you aware of the need of a school if you want to realize your full potential. Life develops man only to a certain extent. The only possible evolution from there is the evolution of one consciousness, which cannot be a product of the mechanical evolution of life, and therefore needs a conscious, deliberate, and consistent effort.